where we dissect the socio-political issues as they affect Nigerians. The trending topic for today is Nigerians marking 2025 Easter in fear and distress as Fulani Coalition made open ransom on TVC Television as conditions for peace in Plateau State, while Tinubu continues his overstay holiday in the United Kingdom. So, as citizens, we feel concerned that while our president is overstaying in another man's country, where there is peace, where there is development, where there is government presence, leaving his home behind, where there are many security challenges. Over 150 lives have been lost in Nigeria in the past 5 days. Yet the president is having a purported holiday trip in France, and now he has moved from France to UK for yet another round of holiday trip. It all boils down to the way they rate the Nigerian masses, with the understanding that no matter what they do, we have no choice than to just complain a while, and everybody moves on. As I speak to you, Nigerians in some part of the countries are celebrating another Easter, while Nigerians at the other end, like Plateau, Benue, Enugu, and a handful of other communities, even in Borno, there is no peace anywhere, as the country is being gradually taken over by Fulani headsmen. This is the obvious reality before us as a people, and we have a responsibility to play while we are still alive, because the rate at which things are going in Nigeria, nobody knows who is next. If we have opportunity of living today, and we seem to care less and talk less, nobody knows who may be the next victim. As I was reading on the news, we are increasing insecurity is mounting around Otukpo, Aziz, towards Utobi in Benue State. I began to wonder that how long do Nigerians sit back to tolerate this menace of Fulani terrorists taking over the entire country just before us? Not as if we're watching Indian movie or the Hollywood movie, but this is reality. Human lives are being lost on a daily basis. As a matter of fact, I was shocked when I watched on TVC News, the Fulani Coalition, they call themselves, are making a very terrible conditions for peace, instructing Plateau State government to stop the indigenous vigilante groups that have come together to secure their states. And it all boils down to the kind of country we are living, where Marulders have more rights than the citizens. This is unfortunate and it is unacceptable. Every Nigerian citizen must be seen to be active, to be involved, and speak against this bad government. Because we cannot continue to be silent while the Nigerian politicians see the Nigerian security situation as a bail for winning elections. Tinubu, as he is, he will not want to get involved just because he is looking forward to a second term. Whereas we are just 2 years into first term that he has not successfully executed. Rather, he has succeeded in putting Nigerians in difficult times, in pains, in debt, and a lot of unacceptable situation. So on this note, I'll be welcoming you all, my guests, to this program this morning. Yeah, yes, good morning, Mr. Calvin. Mr. Calvin, good morning.
Okay.
Mr. Calvin, are you there? Probably, yeah. Okay, thank you. So on this note, I'll be welcoming you, my guest. I have Mr. Degbe Sunday from Kwara State. We have a new guest, some new guests in the house. Mr. Dauda, I understand you are trying to handle some domestic care this morning. Thank you for joining us and welcome you to this morning program. Engineer Onogu, James from probably from Benue State. I don't know if you'll be giving us some updates from your end as it has to do with the nationwide insecurity that we are facing. Mrs. Maria Oga, welcome on board. We appreciate your attendance this morning. We are having a discussion that has been televised live via DDM. DDM implies diaspora digital media that is giving voice to the voiceless across Nigeria, trying to cover the socio-political landscape of the country in order to project the voiceless to have a say on what happens across Nigeria. Good morning and welcome to the show, COPDEM People's Parliament. So if you want to have a say on this program, please feel free to unmute your mic and have your contribution made. Thank you for coming and God bless. Mr. Sunday, are you there?
Oh, I'm here. Good morning, due process.
Good morning.
Okay.
I always enjoy your angle of having a very analytical point of view. So that's why I'm calling on you this morning to hit the first shots. Okay?
Thank you very much. You see, there's no Nigerian that is not aware of the security threats across Nigeria. So everybody is aware. It's no longer like a news or maybe a rumor or what have you, So what we should be talking now is the way forward. Like as the Nigeria, government is like so silent about the situation. The way forward, we should be, see to talk and begin to, broadcast it. Maybe they will have listening ear to do something meaningful to the security threat. The government need to address, first of all, and hasten and address the issue of community police. Community police needs to be implemented. It will need to be implemented as we speak to be able to curtail the issue of these insecurities across the.
Mr. Sunday, are you aware that the Plateau state government has encouraged the citizens, the indigenes of the states, to pick up arms and defend themselves? As a matter of fact, he has gone ahead to empower the vigilantes across the state to secure their communities. And this has prompted the swift reaction of the Fulani Coalition, trying to instruct the state governor to back down on that mission. I believe they are feeling the heat, and that's why they are coming out to make that statement without regard or fear for arrest, because they already understand the federal government stand on insecurity, knowing fully well that they don't have any regard for Nigerian security. That's why they are coming out to make this kind of demand. Because it shows that the Fulani who are terrorizing Plateau, Benue, and other parts of the country are not faceless. Because they've come out to make that bold statement on a national television. What do you have to say in that regard?
Yes, I am aware. I am aware of that situation because I do follow up, in this issue of this insecurity across the board. You see, if I may say, is the way we are viewing things today is like some group of people are allowed to carry arms and ammunition, to destroy things, while other people are not allowed. So why I'm saying of this, why I was talking of this community police is that it should be properly done. If they cannot be, if they don't want people to carry arms to defend themselves, which is normal, because you see somebody want to attack you, you have the right to defend yourself. But in the other case, these people are not, it's like they own Nigeria, and Nigeria belongs to us, as we know. But some group of people are saying they own Nigeria. In Nigeria today, we have six geopolitical zones. We have the geopolitical zone. The governors in those zones should come together, just like the way they did in the Southwest, forming Amotekun. Others should come like that to agree to be able to reach an agreement and recruit people to do the job. I think that one will be seen as legal. The other one now, they are looking at it as maybe it has become a war. They are carrying arms illegal, which the other part, nobody can challenge that. We know that. So they have the right to carry AK-47, do whatever they want to do. Me as a person now, if I carry AK-47, before I move maybe one pole, I will be arrested. I'm not allowed to do that. So that is the challenges we are facing. That is one. Like I said before in one of our programs, I still say it again. If I could remember the country that have shut down a nation. Yes, they shut down the nation to be able to, put security in order. Yes, Nigeria can do the same thing because our federal government is just doing like as if, they are, less concerned of what is happening. Since the insecurity is not their problem, they can go freely, That's what is happening, my brother. So let me stop here. I'm still here. I'll come back again to say one or two things. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. David Sunday, all the way from Kwara State. Just like you rightly pointed out, it's even appalling that this alleged, this Fulani Coalition actually made these statements on the TVC, which is owned by the president himself. And one begins to wonder the role of Mr. President, as rightly pointed out by one of our esteemed guests on this studio, Mrs. Maria Oga, who noted the implication of this kind of statement coming from the TVC. We all know TVC is owned by Mr. Tinubu, and for this statement to come through that channel, it calls for suspicion, and we should all understand the body language of Mr. President, that is rather on the side of the Fulanis than being on the side of the people. That's the blunt reality. And I don't really understand the secrecy behind this whole Fulani's headsmen going around the country and causing mayhem. We understand recently in Edo State, Uromi, some group of persons were caught with live firearms, and there was outcry, especially from the northern Nigeria, that they are hunters. And I wonder what they are hunting in southern Nigeria. How can a man leave all the way from Kano State, going to the southern Nigeria to go and hunt? Does that sound logical? Even in the face of insecurity, this calls for a proper investigation. And Nigerians cannot continue to be silent. As a matter of fact, self-defense has become the utmost reality before Nigerians. If you don't defend yourself as it is, the Fulanis are moving freely with firearms to reduce and cut down Nigerian population as much as they can, as a continuation of the Usman Danfodio mission to take over Nigeria. This is the hidden agenda that many mainstream media may be shying away from. But at this stage, we should understand that Nigerians are suffering, and there is need to tell ourselves the bitter truth that we cannot continue like this. Please, if you want to have your say on this topic, kindly unmute. Are you comfortable that your president is enjoying his holiday in France, in UK, while Nigeria is at the receiving end of failed leadership? Because as it is, there is no leadership in Nigeria. So would you want to have your say? Please unmute and have your contribution. Mr. Dauda, would you want to have a contribution on this subject matter? Okay, I guess he's still not available to speak at the moment.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let me just come in here. Like the one area you just addressed, area you just talk about now. You see, the truth remains that, like I said before, nobody is allowed to carry arm. AK-47, AK-75, or passion, or what have you. That is why I said government is not doing anything about it. They have the right. If it have not been, I don't know whether if it have been in their, in the constitution, that anybody carrying such gun, what will be the punishment? If they don't have it in the constitution, that the punishment is not great, at least they just have to do something meaningful this time. Somebody carrying those guns supposed to face at least public execution. AK-47, why are you carrying AK-47 when you are not an officer, you are not a security officer? Why? So that is what they need to do at this time. The National Assembly need to come up with something meaningful to end this menace. That is one. Number two, if you must be a hunter, you want to hunt with a day gun, which is local gun, you need to go and register that day gun, that possibly at the state police headquarters, signed by the commissioner of police of that state. And you have no right to move from your local government, not even from your state to another state, from your local government to another local government in that state. Those are things they need to look at to address all these things. That is why sometimes if I'm hearing all these things, I used to feel bad as I'm talking now, like as if we don't have leaders. They are just there thinking of what they will loot. After all, insecurity is not their problem. It cannot come to them, cannot affect their family. Those are the things.
Yes, so Mr. Sunday, let me chip in. Are you also aware that the Sultan of Sokoto has made a public declaration demanding for a ban on social media, describing social media as a terrorist group?
Anyway, I saw it, but I didn't see the video because, this time around, somebody cannot come up and write. I don't know how true is that, but I saw it.
It's very true. It's very true. It's very true, and it's boomeranging across the country. So many reactions, and they are equally in telling the Sudan that if not for social media, Nigerians will not be aware of the atrocities of the Fulani terrorists who are going about causing insecurity across Nigeria.
Oh, that is where you know that those leaders, those Fulani leaders, are aware of what is happening, and they are in support. So
as a matter of fact, the Nigerian mainstream media have been prohibited from broadcasting anything that has to do with insecurity in Nigeria until the one that is published by the government. They have no right to publish or to cover any insecurity in Nigeria unless the one censored by the federal government. You cannot imagine, if not for social media, it therefore means Nigeria will never be aware of what is happening in Benue, what is happening in Plateau, what is happening in Enugu, what is happening in Borno, across the country, will not be aware. And that's why he's now targeting the social media, calling on the attention of the federal government to ban the social media, such that Nigerians will no more have access to the information. What is your reaction in that regard?
What will I say here? You know, if that man really made that statement, that is to say, that agenda of Fulani-owned Nigeria, you know, by Usman and Fodio, they really want to stand by that, and which is very bad. As a leader, he's supposed to have earned that respect. You ought not to talk in that way. So I know he's just saying its own as well, but at the end of the day, all these things will still continue to leak out. But you just don't need to say something of that nature. Like, I don't know actually how to address this very one right now. Let me pause. Maybe somebody, you know, will say something great. Thank you.
Yes, welcome to COPDEM People's Parliament. If you are just joining us, we are dissecting the ongoing situation in Nigeria, where Nigerians are the receiving end, and the president is having his holiday stay in France, and he has currently moved to UK, while Nigerians are marking his 2025 Easter in fear and distress. And Fulani Coalition has gone on to make a declaration on TVC. We are aware TVC is owned by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the Fulani Coalition are making a demand that all forms of security measures put in place by the Plateau state government be put on hold and the perpetrators be prosecuted. Can you imagine the audacity? Trying to demand prosecution of people who are protecting their own community. This is uncalled for. From all indication, these are the main, the brains behind the incessant attacks and loss of lives and property across Plateau, Benue, and other communities in Nigeria. And we, as a group, as a body, we are calling for the swift prosecution of this group. A proper investigation needs to be carried out on them because they are not faceless. They've come to the mainstream media to address the press. So we expect the Nigerian Intelligence Agency, the NIA, the State Security Service, DSS, and all other security architecture to swing into action and get them investigated. It's appalling that these terrorists are not even faceless anymore. They have been posting their videos of how they celebrate their ransom, and there has been no one arrested by the federal government. But today, if you come on social media to post anything against bad government, you will be traced and arrested. So are we talking about a hidden agenda that is swiftly being prosecuted by the federal government against the masses? Please have your say, Engineer Onogu. You're welcome to the show.
Yeah, good morning, everyone.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Yes, thank God I'm in this program. I'd like to contribute my own quota to this program. Yes,
thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah, you're like rightly said, this issue of Fulani menace is a national problem in Nigeria now. Like, I'm from Benue State, and I think 4 days ago, it was my senatorial district that had Fulani's attack 4 days ago. You know, there is a federal government college in the village they attacked, and some staffs of the federal government college were killed. I know of a level 14 officer who was killed in the attack. You know, so Nigerians, we need to sit up. We need to sit up about this issue of Fulani herdsmen. Though they claim that majority of them, they are foreign Fulani that invaded Nigeria, but we can't just accept that like that. You know, the excesses of those Fulani guys must be curtailed. Like my colleague here talked about this community policing. You know, that community policing, the federal government may not allow the community policing, but we're enjoying every community supposed to try to equip their people. You know, I used to look at those vigilantes in the north that used to attack some of these militia. You know, if you look at the kind of weapon they carry, some of them do carry AK-47. But if some other volunteer group carry AK-47, the government will be frowning at them. And it's not supposed to be so. The law should not be in Nigeria. The laws in the north shouldn't be different from the law in the south or in the middle belt. We have a uniform law. So if some volunteer guard can carry AK-47, then any other volunteer guard in Nigeria should also be able to carry AK-47, so that everybody is supposed to just guide his or her community. Because to be candid, the population of the armed forces we have in Nigeria, they cannot guide everybody. They are inadequate. So if any community don't sit up to guide themselves, it's going to be an issue. Because these people are ready to capture everywhere. Their target is to capture every land. And funny enough, Nigeria, we're not even among top 10 of the nation that produces a highest number of cattle. You know, Nigeria is not top 10. But if you discover that the issue of marauding of herdsmen in Nigeria has claimed uncountable number of lives. So the government should also look on how to even stop this open grazing. This is 21st century. How can you be grazing cow on the 21st century's soil, moving cow from Medugri to even Delta to any other places? It's not supposed to be so. If you want to do cow business, you're supposed to be able to do your, maybe you have a ranch or anything, not to be moving cow up and down, causing problem for people. And also, I discovered that, you know, this proliferation of weapons have been carried out through these their long vehicles. You know, they want to carry maybe AK-47 from Medugri to Delta or to Benue. They used to move it through these their big trucks that carries a cow. So our armed forces, yes, our police also, they need to be very watchful. All these trucks that do carry cow, they need to sometimes peep into the truck to see what they are carrying. Because that is the avenue they used to convey these their dangerous weapons. You know, they
let me interject you there. Hang on your thoughts. I have always been skeptical seeing these loads of trailer carrying cow with many people hanging on it, heading out. And I'm always apprehensive that what's happening in this country? How are the Nigerian police, security system, the army, how are they able to assure the Southerners that these people are not carrying AK-47, another dangerous weapon in this trailer load? So what happened in Uromi was that they were suspicious, the vigilantes, and they searched before they found. Now, if you are traveling, the moment you leave Nasarawa State, heading Benue, and you see welcome to Benue, you will see countless number of checkpoints. Countless and frustrating number of checkpoints. At least in a space of 5-minute drive, you meet another checkpoint, and you wonder what's happening. And it's cut across from Benue to the whole southern Nigeria are being over-militarized across the road. And they are checking nothing rather than extorting Nigerians. So what's your saying in that regard?
It's true. It's a very good observation. Truly, those checkpoints, like in my senatorial zone, if you are following the federal highway, you see there are uncountable number of police checkpoints. They are not even checking anything. Rather, extorting motorists. You know, they are collecting money without checking anything. Those trucks are passing. Nobody cares to check. They only collect money from them and allow them to go without even, so okay, let me peep into the motor and see what is in the motor. They're not checking anything. And that is one of our major issues. You know, if you follow highway now, you know, the people doing kidnapping on the highways now, they have planners. And if you are caught, if they kidnap you, the experience is not something to we wish anybody to have experience. Yeah. So the nation needs to just sit up. We need to be very, very serious about this planning marauders issue. Unfortunately, it baffles me that men that matters in Nigeria, the federal lawmakers, they don't care about even talking towards that direction. You know, if you bring up any issue concerning these headers, they used to just kind of do as if they are careless about it. And it's not good. I don't know, is it because they have stake in this cow business or what? You know, if you bring any issue about the Fulani herdsmen marauding, they will not talk about it. It's as if nothing is happening. And it's very bad. Okay, look at what happened in Plateau a few days ago. Look at the way human beings are being wasted. You know, if you go to outside Nigeria, the way they look at this country, Nigeria, that is where people don't value human's life. And that is why you discover that some Nigerians traveled abroad and refuse to come back. Because nobody will come to where his life will be at stake. Nobody cares for your life. You can die at any time, following highway, you may be kidnapped, they can shoot you at any time. So the nation, the Nigeria need to just sit up. We need to sit up and address issues because this thing is becoming too much. We shouldn't look at this thing as a matter of southeast, west, north. No. This is a national problem that must be addressed. If not, the thing is getting bad. Okay, my state, Benue, like my senatorial zone, we know they produce a lot of agricultural produce, but because of Fulani, they are scared of going to their farms. Many people cannot access their farmland because of fear of losing their lives. This is affecting the production, the national production. So we need to just sit up. We need to just sit up and help ourselves. So many communities are trying to equip their people so that they can sit up. But you know, the equipment they are maybe thinking of purchasing, maybe at least maximum of this compassion. Because if you carry AK-47 and you're caught, they will tag you a different name. So people are only buying a smaller weapon. Like yesterday, in some part of Benue, there was a video I saw yesterday, some armed headers, Fulani, they were carrying AK-47. They're like 5, very broad daylight on a bike. And they come in, couldn't say anything. People were just snapping pictures and sent to one of our WhatsApp group. So Nigeria needs to sit up because every community has to protect itself. Because if you wait for the national security, the national security will not fight for you. Yeah. And funny enough, in some situations, we discover that even the army protects those headers. They protect them because they're the majority. And some of their brothers in the army will not allow you to just fight them. So these are some of the issues that happen in this country.
Yes, let me add to that. I equally watched a video where the army who were chasing after these bandits had to stop because there was an order from Abuja demanding them to stop the chase. And they could not proceed. They were lamenting. They were lamenting that enough is enough. And you see the reason why they stopped? Because of the order from above asking them to stop. This whole situation of Fulanis in Nigeria, the federal government is fully in support of them. Otherwise, this madness should have been brought to a halt. But the federal government is complicit in this matter. Okay. Digging back, during the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari, there was this fund that he ordered Emefiele to release to Fulani Coalition.
Imagine.
Which was released in billions. So this money were used for acquisition of what? The money was meant for what? Who investigated that funds? Until today, the president is not called to come and explain the purpose of that money that was released to this Fulani body. And this same Fulani are the one terrorizing the community now. So the handwriting on the wall is clear that there's something fishy. There is an agenda against the people of this country to depopulate Nigerians through hunger, through insecurity. The mission is the same, reducing the number. And if you narrow it down to the mission of Bill Gates, you'll see that this whole thing, you begin to connect the dots. You know, Gates has visited Nigeria twice since Tinubu administration. So begin to connect the dots and see. Bill Gates have the mission to depopulate the world, that the world is becoming too overpopulated, and Africa is responsible for it. So there is a target at the end of the day to depopulate Africa. So the people have to stand on our feet to ensure that we have a government that is listening to the Nigerian masses. If we have a government that only listens to an agenda against the people, then we have a battle at hand. A country that is not at war, having IDPs scattered all over the country. And it reminds me of what happened a few days back when Mr. Peter Obi visited Plateau and intend to extend the same gesture to Benue State.
Yes.
But the Benue State governor stopped him from the visit.
Yes.
He stopped him. So
Very,
one begin to wonder, what's fishy in all this thing? Somebody is coming to help your own people in distress, and you stop
because
him.
of partisan politics, you stop him.
Because of partisan politics, you stop him. So Nigerians will have a task ahead of us. If we don't change these people by force, then we will continue to lament. That is what I see in all this scenario. We have a choice to remove them by all means.
Exactly.
So, would you want to wrap up your thoughts as we prepare to round up the program?
Yes, it's okay. So I wouldn't talk much again. So like I said, everybody needs to be vigilant. We need to we'll not wait for the government, because we'll discover that the government is in favor of them. Like this government of President Tinubu did not want to address that issue now because of his second tenure agitation. He will be keeping quiet for now. He wouldn't want to say anything much towards this Fulani saga because of personal interest. But we
wait,
Nigerians,
let me come in on this second term of a team. What is the voting strength of the actual Fulanis against the generality of Nigerians? Please go on in that regard. Let's even run it.
Like if you check, to be candid, in the north, in the northern Nigeria, the rulers of the north are the Fulanis. Yes, the Hausa community has a good number in the north, but I don't know how it happens from history to today. All the emirs in the north, the chiefs, they are all Fulanis. So they are the major rulers in the north. That is why people are always scared of the Fulani. Yeah, they are the major rulers in the north.
Yes, you are very correct. Usman Danfodio installed all the emirs. Usman Danfodio successfully installed all the emirs across northern Nigeria, even down to Ilorin. He installed these Fulanis to be in charge of the emirates. So this, as they continue to pass on, they pass on the baton to their own children, will become inheritance. So please continue in that regard.
Yeah. So that is why we always say that anybody having the intention, like presently now, the real-time situation now, yes, President Tinubu may not want this thing that is happening, but there is a limit he may wish to talk because of his personal agitation. Because he might feel that, okay, if I address this thing now, these people may not support me again. So he will be keeping quiet. That is our issue. If not, to be candid, this thing is overdue to be addressed. This issue of this harassment, there can be tagged terrorists. Okay, if the IPOB could be tagged terrorists, then why are these armed headers that are causing problems in virtually all the states in Nigeria are not tagged as terrorists?
Terrorist organization.
Sure. But because of politics, we'll see what we are supposed to do. People will just be neglecting it because of fear, personal ambition. Yeah, that is our challenge. Like this Benue, you just said, that governor, I know one of the reasons, because they discovered that they're having issue in the APC of the state. The guy who brought the governor is having issue with him, the Akume, the secretary to the federal government of federation, Senator George Akume, is having issue with the governor now. So I know maybe the governor might be thinking that, okay, if you allow this guy, P2B, to come to the IDP, President Tinubu might feel that, okay, this guy is a kind of handshaking with P2B now, so he might want to leave APC. So maybe that is the fear why he didn't allow P2B, who has been going around almost all the states to help people, not to have come to Benue State. And that really tarnishes his image. Even some of his supporters, they have started saying that they can never vote in again because he's not taking human beings, he's being partisan. Instead of him to, the human life is more important than anything. Instead of him to take human first, he's being loyal to politics more than the people he's guiding. And it's not supposed to be so. So it's because of that problem, I'm thinking that maybe that is why the man couldn't allow the P2B to visit the IDP in Benue, which is very, very wrong. So this issue of headers, this armed harassment, the Nigerian nation is supposed to sit up and address it. Yeah, our senators are just looking away from the whole issue. They are seeing it, but they refuse to address it. I don't know if majority of them are the one that owns those cows, marauding up and down. That is why
do we even have senators in Nigeria?
It's very unfortunate.
I don't think we have senators in Nigeria. When was the last time they agitated for the Nigerian masses. You think about it.
It's just personal interest always anyway. It's personal interest. So we just everybody need to help his or herself. Any place you come from, make sure you just talk to your community people to sit up. That's what people are doing now, because we can't wait for the Nigerian security forces again. They are inadequate and they will not even fight for you. So this is just the people I have to contribute this morning.
Yes, thank you for your contribution. We thank you, and we hope, look forward to having you more often on this program. As a matter of fact, COPDEM is a coalition for the protection of democracy, and we speak to the government of the day in order to do things right. We are critical against them where necessary. As a matter of fact, we are open to every well-meaning Nigerians to join our mission in order to achieve a new Nigeria for everybody. So if you want to join us, please feel free. Even on the Zoom link, you can see a portion where you can register to join COPDEM. That's www.copdem.org. You can easily join us through that platform. You can join us as a BOT member. You can join us as a member in your states. Any part of the world that you are, we have diaspora members, we have national members. Any part you want to belong, you can freely be part of us, because all we stand for is a new Nigeria that benefits everybody. You understand? So we'll continue to agitate, and the COPDEM People's Parliament, we're already making arrangements to take this conversation to the streets, because what we are discussing here is something that we all have full knowledge of.
Yeah.
But on the street, Nigerians are lacking this information, because their sole sources of information are this mainstream media, who have been tail-guided on what to publish, what not to publish. So Nigerians in the general scope are lacking information. And that's what the COPDEM People's Parliament aim to achieve by taking this conversation to the street, so that Nigerians can be part of it. And if you want to be part of this COPDEM People's Parliament, when you join the link, you equally be directed to our WhatsApp channel, where you will be part of our ongoing daily activities. See you sometime tomorrow by 7 a.m. Previously, we were holding the program via 2 p.m., but we realized that the timing is not favorable for Nigerians, given that they are mostly at work at that time. So we are test running the 7 a.m. to see how convenient it is for Nigerians across board.
Thank you.
So thank you, our listeners, our viewers via DDM, the Director Diaspora Digital Media. We thank you for joining our program today, COPDEM People's Parliament, where we have had this exclusive and exhaustive discussion on the Nigerian security situation.
Can I say something?
Yes, feel free.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I like you. I like you, sincerely. One thing I will do now. You have said it that we can be critical, or we should be critical of the government, and we should convey our feelings to the government. Now, my suggestion is that apart from this media we are using now, Medium, why can't we find another way of conveying our feelings to the government? Because it is not enough to be on social media, especially today. We know what the social media portends. So if we can have another way of talking to the government at all levels, it could be at the local government level, the state level, or the federal level. Believe you me, if you encounter this Fulani you are talking about, some of them don't even understand our Fulani here. If you hear their Fulani, it's different from our own. So like me personally, I wish I can say something about our borders.
Yes, feel free. Feel free to have your contribution, Mr. Dauda.
Okay, thank you. So let us look at our borders. Because this Fulani or herders you are talking, some of them don't even understand our local Fulani. They don't understand it. Or if you hear them communicating among themselves, they use different dialects. So we have a mosaic kind of challenge on our hands. The security agencies, well, they are doing their best, but they are overwhelmed. If you look at the number of security agents we have and then the population of Nigeria, definitely there's a gap. About the conveying of cows in trucks from different parts of Nigeria. If you go to where they load these cows into the trucks, you will see that you have so many kind of security people watching, those covert and overt. So it's okay to be checking the trucks, but checking the trucks is not enough. Intelligence is the most important thing to do. And we can assist them. If our members happen to be somewhere when they see something, I think if we say something, something will happen. Most of us are complacent. We see and we don't talk for fear of what we don't understand. No government will follow you because you say something critical about the government, unless if you show sign of being antagonistic to the extent that maybe it will mobilize people to cause another kind of harm. But your idea that we must talk to the government is beautiful. Let us talk to the government. This is one way, but we can also fashion out another way. There are many ways we can talk to the government. It could be a pressure group. It's not by registered pressure group that way. It's okay. So that is my contribution. And the timing actually is a little bit challenging. Like I told you earlier, I had to feed my few chickens and run around the family for one thing or the other. Maybe do adjustment of the time. As I'm talking to you now, I've never been able to do my morning chores yet. So I will shut down, quickly do them. I love you all. We'll see another time. Please don't be tired. Don't be discouraged. Continue. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless. Like I said earlier, we are already taking it to the streets. And taking the message to the streets, I believe it will boomerang across the country because the people on the street need to be aware of what is happening in their country and be able to have their say. Mr. Dauda, thank you for your contribution and God bless you. We look forward to a Nigeria that is peaceful and habitable for all. We have not committed a sin for allowing democracy to reign in our country. And the democracy should be beneficial to all Nigerians. The democracy should be able to secure the lives and property of Nigerians. So that has to be put in place. As a matter of fact, any government that cannot guarantee the security of lives and property of our citizens has failed, because that is the number one objective of government. If there is no government, meaning there is chaos, you know. So we'll be having this conversation tomorrow, probably on another topic. You know, Nigerian trouble, not the finish. We keep having different situation pop up. So as they pop up, we'll bring it to the audience and have a contribution. For now, we are still in Easter mode while Nigerians are mourning, and we look forward to a peaceful Easter where there will be no further shed of blood. We want a Nigeria where everyone will enjoy peace in their community. And we call on the Nigerian security to be up to their responsibility. As a matter of fact, it doesn't sound professional that Nigerian security will be watching terrorists moving around on bike, waiting for order from Abuja before opening, before engaging these terrorists. So there has to be a kind of reform in Nigerian security operatives on how they engage terrorists. So with that being said, thank you for your audience. Thank you for your participation. Our viewers out there, we thank you for joining us live for today's COPDEM People's Parliament. See you tomorrow, 7 a.m. Thank you and God bless you all. From here, it is goodbye.